Season 26, this is war number 1, and typically for GT40 we've ended up matching against ASR. And officers gave us the paths, which I had path 8 and path 7, using Quake, Warlock and Human Torch. A very standard team for me to use, but these aren't very common fights for me to do. Scouting the path, I saw there was the Rhino on the next fight, and I wasn't sure about how much physical resistance he had that would affect Quake. So just here I'm just deciding which boost to use. So as you can see, a very standard Quake fight. Not really sure what happened here. Looks like I dropped an input or something happened, I don't know, but I ended up throwing the heavy attack with Quake. Luckily it doesn't really cost too much. With Champion not being a Mystic, there's no chance of them having Mystic Dispersion. It's not really going to give him that much power, so just carry on like normal. This fight right here is typically normally a Warlock. I've never seen a Rhino here before. They're normally just stuck on path 5 section 2. So it was a very different sort of fight. I was just trying to see how it was going to go. Can't really see very well in the background, but there's what, a minute 20 gone, and he's just about 50%, so the physical resistance is definitely there kicking in on the Quake fight, so I'm happy that I did boost. I probably still could have done the fight without them, but it's just best to be safe. At this point I'm just about to go to bed, so I'll take a picture of a screenshot to show where we were just before I went to sleep. And then in a second you'll see a screenshot of where I just woke up. So unfortunately the roles have been reversed and we're actually now losing. Moving up to this Sasquatch now, when encroaching's done. This is one of the defenders. I think there's only like 3 or 4 maybe overall that weren't rank 3. I've done this fight a few times with Human Torch. I don't really find it too difficult, to be honest. Usually pre-fight and it tends to be quite quick. This is the first time I think I've ever used the 6-hour war boost, just because my officers have given me the boss fight for this war. So I just thought, you know what, I may as well use them now. In case people are actually still watching and are wondering, the reason I'm putting the tech boost on is because my delightful officers, yet again, have given me Path 7 with Domino on it. One of the first annoying RNG fights of the war, so we'll just play these out and see how they go. So Sasquatch being unduped won't go unstoppable, which is obviously a lot nicer. You do always have to be careful though with a special one, you can't just block it just in case. Even when he's not in the wrath phase, he still has a 20% chance to stun you through the block. So, and it's only the second hit where he would throw that rock at you. Moving on to Path 7 now with this Domino. ASR, obviously, multiple time war champions, even over the last few seasons. They tend to place this node without willpower, so it just makes the fight a little bit more annoying. I've done it a few times. I put an invulnerability boost on because it's highly likely that she's just going to go straight up to special 3 at least once. You're averaging probably 2 special 3s maybe every time you do this fight. As you can see so far, that's one special 3 taken. She's just going lucky here so she can evade. I stun her, try and spam the special 2 button, obviously with a slight delay, them running limber. She's basically unstunned again by the time you actually get to throw the special 2. So here again, I'm back up to another special 2, I'm just trying to get it so she's stunned again, and she's back up to a special 3. So for the second time this fight, let's take another special 3. And throw that special 2 and she's dead. So thankfully, obviously like I said before, the indestructible boosts there are quite helpful. If you've not got any special 3 defense boosts, they're really helpful just to try and reduce that damage because she does hit really hard for the special 3. Dr. Doom here, he's quite a simple fight to be honest. The main troublesome nodes for Dr. Doom is anything to do with buffet or power snap where it can steal your node and then it puts the shock on you, so you've got to try and dodge him for a little while. But yeah, it tends to be a pretty easy fight here. Just obviously don't take hits into your block, you won't gain power, so then the aspect of evolution won't kick in. So at that point this was my section 2 done, and the officers had told me to do this Namor, while a couple of other people were thinking about doing it. So I was like, no, I'm going to make sure while I'm 6 hour boosted that I'm still going to get this kill and get this stat on my name. So I ran in to quickly get this kill here. It's not really a tricky fight to be honest, he only recovers health after he throws specials. You just got to watch out for the outrage and him gaining mass power from the 30 stacks of outrage. So that's the simple Namor mini-boss done. Now it's on to the boss Mojo, which I've not really had the best of luck on to be honest recently. Luckily one of the officers hadn't used their pre-fight on their 6-star Human Torch, so they could let me have it for the boss fight. Yeah, I got a little bit unlucky during this fight to be honest. The prompts didn't really go in my favour. Mojo's another RNG fight where sometimes it goes brilliantly and sometimes it just doesn't go in your favour whatsoever. The main ones to watch out for are like block a hit, use a special attack or dash backwards. They're a little bit annoying to kind of deal with just because it's almost a guaranteed sort of the follower increase for them. You can't really get around it. You just got to be careful because Mojo's one of the characters where if he gets to 5 of them, he can instantly start putting haters on you on his own. So even if you take off dexterity to not gain any buffs, he can still do it on his own. Every time he fails a prompt, he loses 2, but every time they successfully complete a prompt, so say the special attack or hold a block, or hit a block, it gains them 1, so you just got to try and manage that at the same time. Watching back the fight now, I'm pretty happy with how I dealt with most of the prompts. I'm not sure what happened there with the indestructible. I kind of feel a bit bad. I really wasted one there when I could use it for later in the season. I've got along really lucky with Mojo. He just seems to be able to parry really quickly after a heavy attack. Or even if he throws a full combo and into the medium, he seems to be able to react really quick to it. But either way, there's the first war of the season done, the first boss kill, so I'll take that. sadly we lost to ASR. We got unlucky. There was a few deaths that were a little bit annoying, but as an alliance as a whole, we were pretty strong. It's just, yeah, sadly this time we just couldn't beat them.